Here we have a geometry question. Let's go with the information. Find the values of x and y, all expressions representing angles. So here we have a triangle, and so we have two parallel lines over here. That means the line over here is parallel to one of the sides of the triangle. So because the two markings over here indicate the two line segments are parallel. And also each expression we have over here represents an angle. And also this is called, this side, the line segment over here is called transversal, because this line segment intersects two parallel lines. Whenever two parallel lines intersected by a third line, it's called transversal. And we have these two angle measures between the two parallel lines. So these two angle measures are called interior angles. And also we have both the angle measures on the same side of the transversal, that is to this side of the transversal. So we have two angle measures over here between the two parallel lines, so they are called interior angles. And also since we have these two angle measures on the same side of the transversal, we say these two angle measures as same side interior angles. So when two parallel lines intersected by a transversal, so to same side interior angles will always be supplementary. That means these two angle measures will add up to 180 degree. That is 5x positive 2 positive 3x positive 2y must be equal to 180. So whenever two angles are supplementary, then the two angles must add up to 180 degree. Okay, now let's simplify the expression we have on the left side over here. So when I combine 5x and 3x, I am getting 8x positive 2y. Okay, now we have 2 over here. We can write the 2 at last equals to 180. Okay, now let's keep the x term and y term on the left side and constant on the right side. For that, we have to get rid of this positive 2. So for that, I have to subtract 2 from both sides. When I do so, this positive to negative will cancel. I'm getting 8x positive 2y equals to 180 negative 2 will become 178. I consider this is equation number 1. Okay, now let's consider this transversal. So this one is also transversal because this particular line intersects these two parallel lines. So as I said already, whenever two parallel lines intersected by a third line, it's called a transversal. And here we have two angle measures between the parallel lines. So these two angles are also called as interior angles, and we have both the angles on the same side of the transversal. So these two angles are called same side interior angles. So when two parallel lines intersected by a transversal, so to same side the interior angles must be supplementary. That means they must add up to 180. That is x positive 33y positive 4x positive y. When I add these two angle measures, they must be equal to 180. Okay, now let's simplify the expression we have on the left side. When I combine this x and 4x, I'm getting 5x. When I combine this 3y and positive y, I'm getting positive 4y equals to 180. Okay, this is equation number 2. Okay, now what we need to do is we have to solve the equation number 1 and 2 for x and y. So let me rewrite the second equation as it is, that is 5x positive 4y equals to 180. Now I'm going to multiply the first equation by negative 2. So why should I multiply the first equation over here by negative 2? So that this positive 2y will become negative 4y. Already we have positive 4y over here. So when I get negative 4y over here, I'll be able to get rid of the variable y. That is, I can eliminate the variable y and I can get the value of x. Okay, now I'm going to multiply this first equation by negative 2. That is negative 2 times the first equation. So each term in the first equation has to be multiplied by negative 2. So when I multiply this positive 8x by negative 2, I am getting negative 16x. When I multiply this positive 2y by negative 2, it will become negative 4y. When I multiply this 178 by negative 2, I am getting negative 356. Okay, so now this positive 4y, negative 4y will cancel out. So when I simplify this 5x, negative 16x, I am getting negative 11x. So when I combine this 180 and negative 356, I am getting negative 176. Okay, so to solve for x, I have to get rid of this negative 11 multiplied by x. So for that, I have to divide both sides by negative 11. So this negative 11 will cancel out. I'm getting x equals to this negative will cancel out. So when I divide 176 by 11, I'm getting 16. Okay, now I got the value of x, that is the value of x is 16. So now what I need to do is I have to solve for y. So for that, what I need to do is I have to plug in x equals to 16 into one of the two equations. So I'm going to plug in x equals to 16 into the first equation. So that is for this x. Let me do it. So 8 times 16. positive 2y equals to 178. 8 times 16 is 128. Positive 2y equals to 178. Okay, let me write the equation over here. That is 128 positive 2y equals to 178. Okay, so to solve for y, I have to isolate y. So let me subtract 128 from both sides. So when I do so, this positive 128, negative 128 will cancel out. I am getting 2y equals to, when I combine this 178 and negative 128, I am getting 50. So to solve for y, I divide both sides by 2. When I do so, I'm just getting y on the left side. When I divide 50 by 2, I'm getting 25. So now I got the value of y, the y equals to 25. Already I got the value of x, so the value of x is 16.